there's enough for two. It starts with me and
What's up? What's up? Welcome to Power Up Lunch and Learn. I'm Kerry Woods with Maryland House Pros, and my lovely co-host, is not here today. She has to take care of some business. We're extremely busy all the time. That's why we need you guys' help. Thank you for taking time out your busy Sunday to join us. We actually got David here. He's going to be sitting in. We're going to talk a lot about marketing today, guys. One of my favorite subjects because without leads, without you're out of business. Without deals, you're out of business. So, David, introduce yourself and tell them exactly who you are and what you do.
My name is David Summers, and I am a intern here at Listen Vision, and I'm also attending college to go to learn about music recording technology and entrepreneurship.
Cool. So entrepreneurship, they actually, you know what? Something about entrepreneurship. They don't teach that in regular school. I love entrepreneurship. So what they teach you in school is how to prepare yourself for the job field, how you go out there and work for somebody else that they're just over broke and make their business thriving and rich, but they don't teach you how to do your business. And if you want to learn how to run your business, called higher education, places like Wharton University and those guys, and they actually teach you for a fee, but you can actually learn it. You know, what I love about the internet, what I love about technology, and love about, the millennials, these guys are with technology, man. It's nothing you can't learn. So you don't have to dig deep into your pocket. You know, you guys are spectacular, But I love marketing, man. Let's talk about marketing. You know, as a real estate investor, we know without the leads, we out of business. Actually, with any business, without customers, you out of business. So if I was brand new to the system, or I'm doing, and you guys, man, y'all are savvy with this technology. Where should I start if I want to, hey, I want to start internet marketing? What should I do?
Well, the first thing you should do is have your own website, because a lot of people nowadays think having multiple outlets, like a Twitter, an Instagram, a Facebook, if you have all these outlets that can't carry you back to one source, if you have your own website, that's the ultimate reign. You can tell people this website, they're going to go to it. You can promote it on your Twitter. Your Twitter, your Facebook, and your Instagram are all going to feed back to one place.
Okay.
Where versus now, like a lot of people my age have all these different accounts that feed into each other. So Instagram is saying, go visit my Facebook. Facebook is saying, go visit my Twitter. The Twitter is, who knows what that's saying. So a website is the number one place I would recommend starting.
Okay, and that also builds credibility too, especially if you're in the business. They like, well, if you give them like, hey, go to listenvision.com, they're going to let me go and see these guys, see exactly what they do.
Exactly.
Right?
You give someone an @ name, they might not really remember it. I don't have Instagram. I don't have Twitter. Most people have the internet, and if they do, they're capable of going to a website.
Right. So if you was targeting different crowds, like if you was targeting seniors, it's probably like you tell them go to Instagram, they probably look at you like you're crazy.
Exactly. I get that crazy look a lot of times too, because I don't have a website yet.
You don't have a website yet?
No, sir. I'm still working on it.
Oh, cool. So talk to us more about marketing. What is it about marketing that you see that drew you to marketing? What do you like about marketing?
Well, what I love most about marketing is, I think it's called anonymity, or it's a special word for it, which basically means not having to work for someone else. And that's what
sweet.
I find most attractive about it, because since I was 15, I've had these jobs in restaurant industries and all that. And by the time I turned 22, I realized these were high school jobs. It took me a minute to realize that you cannot get a household, pay a mortgage, or stuff like that when you're picking up trash at Dave & Buster's or serving food at Zaytinya, stuff like that. So I wanted to be in a better position to start making money for myself and not always having to work for someone. And it finally clicked that the only way to be able to do that was to get, like you said, higher education and start learning the strategies and techniques to starting and maintaining your own business.
That's sweet. So you were smart enough to realize, hey, I don't want to get stuck in this just over broke forever, get caught up in that rat race. That is sweet. Now, as far as like building websites, do you know how to build websites?
No, sir.
Okay, if I didn't know how to build a website, but you say you definitely need one, what would you recommend? Go to a professional, go to Fiverr or Elance or something? I
would recommend going to a professional, because a website is extremely cheap to maintain. Now, it could cost you anywhere from depending, you get what you pay for. It could cost you from $1,000 to like $10,000 to get it made,
right,
depending how thoroughly you want it made. But once it's made and it's up there, it'll cost you like $20 a year to keep it up there. So I would highly recommend going to a professional.
Sweet. And then once you get the website, or what would be your next step? Once you build that website, and you say, hey, what would be your next step?
Well, I guess I was kind of wrong about where you start. If you start with a website, you got to have content to put on it. So
Okay.
I would suggest starting with your product, what you're going to have, what you're selling. That should be the first thing people see when they come to your website. What is your product? What is your business? Then once you have all that, go on, make your website, start promoting your business, tell people what it is that you do. Hi, I make music. Go to this website. First thing they see is your music.
Cool. So you don't want to say we make music, then they go to your website, you instantly trying to sell them something.
I mean, I'm not sure about that. Give them a couple free samples, but not too many free samples.
Cool. So we got a product. We say, let's say housing. Say, hey, we got these houses, or we're doing these houses. Now we say, okay, let's build this website. So we putting the houses on our website. What's our next step? So we got a product and we got a website. Where do we go from there?
Well, from there, I think your next step would be reviews.
Okay.
Have people who have done business with you have positive things to say. If
Okay.
you've been ever mentioned in a newspaper or something like that, a magazine article, have that up there so they can see validation that you are about what you say you are and that people are happy with what you're providing.
Cool. And I talk about that too, guys. I talk about, the reviews are great, but, once you build your social media sites, you can go and get those 5 stars on all your sites. Get those reviews. So make sure that even on your Facebook, your YouTube, your LinkedIn, go get those 5-star reviews. And a lot of them don't have to leave remarks. They can just click the 5 stars and get out of it. But definitely go get those 5-star reviews on all your social media sites. And like I said, it builds that credibility and let people say, hey, hey, look, these guys are liked by
Absolutely.
everybody, So I got my reviews, I got my product, my website. How do I choose my target audience? What, I just broadcast to everybody?
That goes into demographics, and
Okay.
I think you would have to establish that before you start broadcasting. Now,
Okay.
I don't, like I told you, I don't have a house yet. I'm hoping to get there
We're
one
going
day.
to take care of that forever.
I'm hoping to get there one day, but I'm not really sure what demographic you would be advertising towards. But if you know your audience is between a certain age, male or female, single parent, married, all that kind of stuff, then you can kind of gauge, they're not going to be home during school hours. They're not going to be looking through Instagram, Facebook, or your website while they're busy at work. So gauge it kind of on the age range, because I think that's the safest way to go. Because
Okay.
people of certain ages are usually doing the same things between certain hours.
So they fall into that system. It's like rotation over and over and
The
over
rotation.
again. Cool. So guys, I hope you're paying attention to this. He's giving you some really, really good content on marketing. So when are they most likely to be online? Not while they're driving in rush hour traffic, right? So how would you target these guys? Seniors got a different language than the millennials, so how would you target those guys? And what product or what service are you actually selling to these people? So once I figure out my demographics and I have all the website and the product and the credibility, what's my next step? What do I do then?
Your next step is just steady, consistent advertising and promotion. Once you have those things set in place, like build it and they will come. Once you have all of that, all you have to do is wait. Always be maintaining. Don't just sit around and twiddle your thumbs. Always think about what you can be doing to make your website better, what you can be doing to attract more potential clients, things of that nature. But once you have your website, you know exactly what you're selling, and you know your audience. From there, it builds upon itself.
That's sweet, guys. And listen to that. It's like, hey, so once you build it, consistency, right? Continue to maintain, continue marketing, because like once you stop that marketing, it's like people forget about you.
Well, absolutely. Especially in the days we live in now, people have very short attention spans. It's just like our president. Every time he says something and the media tries to, he just said this, in less than 5 minutes, he's tweeted 5 more things that are just they can't keep up with. But that's his way of staying relevant.
Right.
Now we have people who never watched the news in their entire life watching the news just to see what he's going to say next. So he's a businessman.
Isn't that cool?
He's a businessman at the end of the day.
And knowing this guy's going to tweet something sooner or later, you try to figure out how to make that tweet work in your advantage for your business. How can I get that tweet to feedback to my business page or to my website? So you figure like, okay, let me do something. Let me comment with some backlinks or RSS feed or something like that. So that's more in the detail, right?
Yes, always. Everything should always lead back to your main outlet, your mother's site, father's site, whatever you want to call it, your main website. Everything should always go back to that. Whatever you tweet, if it's a link about something else somebody has asked you to promote, make sure you put their link and your link. Okay. Always put your link in every tweet, Instagram post, Facebook post that you can imagine, because that's going to, no matter what. Now, say
creating the backlinks. Right?
Yeah, when somebody, say you post something that only 1 out of 100 people has found interesting, but they didn't have time to look at it.
Right.
No matter what, every single link they see is going to have, every single post they see is going to have a link to your website. So even if they don't know exactly what it was they were looking for, everything has a lead to your page. So no matter what, no one can get lost and not know, what was that website again? Dang, I don't remember. And then they missed out because it's everywhere.
Wow. Isn't that cool?
Yeah.
And it's cheaper than sending postcards and mailing or just, spamming people on the phone, just calling.
It's cheaper and it's a lot more productive.
Does it ever go away? Does it disappear?
I don't think anything on the internet ever goes away.
So it's there forever. So you don't even pay for it. It's free and it's there forever.
Forever.
Yeah, that's cool. Now, I got a question. So you're in college, right?
Yes,
and you know all this marketing. Are you willing to do some consulting for people if they want to, like, hey, I need some help with my marketing? And, you're the expert. You're in school. You know the latest trends of what's going on. You right there at the forefront. Would you be willing to consult for some people?
I mean, if I have the time, absolutely. But right now, I'm trying to work on that house thing. So
yeah, we gonna get that house. So cool. He said absolutely. So man, hey, I appreciate you coming on and talk. But what else is the most important thing besides what else do I need to know about marketing? If I were like, hey, I need to know this.
The number one thing I would say is customer relations is your number one product. No matter what you're selling, no matter what you're advertising, no matter what your service is, personability is most important. Because if people feel like they can relate to you, they are more likely to come and spend their money with you. Okay. Friends support you. Like, if you were, say I make music.
Right.
Somebody who does not know me, who feels like, I don't like that guy, I could care less about him. But if they like my music, then they'll go find somewhere to download it for free. Like, hey, yeah, I got this. But your friends, you're like, oh, yeah, that's my man. That he looked out. He helped me with this marketing stuff. He helped me get somewhere. They're going to be like, no, I want to give you this money for your CD and a tip.
Yeah.
Personability. If people feel like they can relate to you, they are more likely to spend money with you.
Well, that's one of the things I talk about too, guys, relationships. Relationships, man. You make more money off relationships than anything else. And we look Absolutely. At our deals that's coming in, we get big deals off our marketing, but our best deals come from the relationships that we have built over the years. Because with those relationships, there's no competition. We don't compete with nobody. We go straight to the source, wipe out the middle guys, and you can't beat those relationships. So that's cool. You talk about those relationships. So he said, get you a product. Know exactly what. Now, if I don't have a product, how do I go about researching what I should be selling or what I should be doing?
Well, there are 3 ways that I could recommend.
Okay.
One
Get
is
your pen and paper.
One is the trade association. Look through everything that's going on. I think that's called primary research. The next is secondary research, which means go out and find sources that have already done the primary research for you. And now trust here is a big issue, so make sure you're getting your information from reliable sources. And the third is just canvassing and checking out your own community. Because there's no better way to know what's needed in your community than getting out there and seeing for yourself, seeing what people need more of, less of, what's really bothering people. Like when I left DC, this bike thing didn't exist. Now right. There are bikes everywhere, and you don't have to go to the little kiosk. You just swipe your card and take off with the bike, and then someone drops it on the side of the corner, and the next person that needs a bike sees it on the side of the corner, and they swipe their card, and now they're riding it. That did not exist when I left. So somebody had to notice that, hey, these other bikes where you have to find the location everybody doesn't always have time to get to that location to find a bike. What if we figure out a way to put bikes everywhere and have nothing to worry about? And they thought of that and they did it. So you have to have open eyes. Always look around. What do people need? What do you see is really bothering and irritating people and can be made easier? If you figure out how to do that, you will come up with a multi-million-dollar success.
Wow. That is so cool. So you find somebody with a problem, find a solution, and bring the two together for a fee, right?
Absolutely. That's the formula.
That's the formula, just that simple.
It's
It
that
can't
simple.
be that easy.
It's that simple, but the hard thing is figuring out exactly what it is that people need. Because how many times have you seen something on TV and like, I thought of that.
Right.
But it's somebody who thought about it and then acted on it. And that's the difference. They implemented it. It probably didn't work the first 5 times they tried it, but they never gave up. And the 6th time they tried it, it came through. And then it caught on, and then it spread like wildfire.
Wow. I always tell people, you can never fail unless you quit. The only way you can fail at anything is to quit. So once you get an idea, run with it. I think, what's the guy that invented the light bulb? How many times he failed?
Thomas Edison. I think Thomas Edison.
Yes. I mean, he failed like, what, thousands and thousands of times?
Thousands.
Yeah, before he actually came up with a light bulb.
And he was a really smart man because he didn't invent much of anything. He paid other people to invent stuff for him. And if you were working for him while you invented something, that is now his.
Yep.
So that's how Thomas Edison made a lot of his money and inventions.
You know who does that now, right?
Who?
The universities.
Oh,
You know, the universities, man. The universities are great at that. You know, if you at this school or Wharton or any of
Don't
those,
tell me that.
Oh man, what's the university? NIT.
NIT?
You know these guys. They engineers. They work on all these programs. But if they invent it, it belongs to the school. The school keeps it, and they make all the money. So you know who else did that?
That is harsh.
Henry Ford, like, man, this guy, he had people work. He didn't know anything about nothing. You know, I think this guy had a 6th grade education. But
I'm glad you told me that because now I know not to share any ideas in my college.
That's why most of them drop out. They
Yeah.
don't tell you, but think of Zuckerberg. Like, fucking
Wow.
Facebook,
Yeah.
I'm gone.
Right.
I
Oh,
said
wow.
Facebook at that time.
Yeah, but he probably came up with something before Facebook, and they took it from him.
But the same with businesses too. You know, if you, a lot of those businesses, they'll tell you, you know, if you work in there and you have come across an idea, it belongs to that business. You know, they might give you a bonus or they may pay you something, but it's theirs. But I love other people's knowledge, and you know, they form these what they call masterminds. Say, hey guys, look, Ford say I need an engine. You know, then they went back and say, Ford, we can't do it. He like, yes, you can. Keep doing it. Like, it went back, we can't do it. He just kept sending them back and do it. And I love the power of thought. And I always tell people, look around you, right? Yeah. Everything you see, somebody thought of first.
Exactly. Everything.
Isn't that cool?
Everything.
And then it came to
you.
reality, man. It's like
Somebody thought, hey, what if, and it became.
Right. Isn't that cool?
That's
so you can say
when you
whatever
think
you
about
imagine, you can bring it to reality. So it's unlimited what you can create. So when you see that problem, just imagine it in your mind being solved, and then go get to work solving it, huh?
Absolutely. That's the only way.
Man, I'm surprised you didn't know other people's knowledge. And the great thing you talked earlier about, you know, finding somebody that's already paved that way for you, somebody that's already been down that road. And like a mentor that already done all the groundwork and cleared all the trees. Now you just follow the same path to success. Simple and easy.
I don't know exactly who said it. It may have been Einstein or Tesla, but it was that the only way we see further is by standing on the shoulders of giants. And that's a big saying in science, because everyone in the science community knows that if you discover something, it's only because you were building off of someone before you discovered and what someone before them discovered, and it builds. So it's a relay race, and the baton never stops getting passed.
All right, it's just like a huge mastermind. So okay, what was this guy working on? I'm gonna try to improve on it.
Exactly.
You know, that's why I don't believe for one instant that they haven't found a cure for cancer yet. It's no way.
It's not what cures cancer. It's what causes cancer. It's not what you need to do to cure it. It's what you need to stop doing to get it. And that's what they don't make common knowledge to everybody. It's what we're eating and what we're consuming that leads to our bodies having problems. Yep. Like, cancer didn't really become a big thing until supermarkets and grocery stores.
Right.
Back in, like, I know this because, like, we talked about earlier, I'm from Louisiana. So I started raised down there. My grandma would tell me stories. Yeah, my grandma told me stories about how her dad would go in the backyard, kill a pig, and they eat that for the next week or whatever.
Right.
Now, the pig gets killed, it gets sprayed with chemicals, it gets butchered, sprayed with more chemicals, packaged, sent somewhere where it sits on a shelf for a week or two, and all that has detrimental effects inside of your body. It's not the same as it used to be.
Nope, it's not. It's not at all. And I was talking about all those chemicals and preservatives they put in these foods. I went to one store. I'm not going to mention their name. I don't want to get sued. They had a carton of milk that lasted, like, the expiration date was a month away. I'm like, when does milk last over a month?
Nowhere in nature.
I'm like, what is this? I'm like, milk lasts over a month? I'm like, there's no way. I'm like,
not.
what are they putting in this milk to make it last for over a month?
And that is the question.
Yeah, so a lot of what you put in your body's got. So think about that too. When you can eat healthy and you don't have to go and spend a ton of money to buy what's these generic foods they call. Ain't no such thing as generic food. It's food without chemicals.
Yes.
You can actually grow a lot of your own stuff, or you can just choose to eat fresh foods. Go get you some pigs and chickens, put in your backyard.
I only see that in the South.
Can't do that. So, man, that's great. Some good stuff on marketing. Man, too bad you're not available to do some more consulting, man.
I'm like always here. I kind of work here.
Kind of work here. So if they wanted to reach out to you, you got a number or a web page?
Follow me on Instagram at WHOAAKIMOSABE, WHOAAKIMOSABE, or add me on Facebook at, just follow me on Instagram, because my Facebook is kind of personal. I have a lot of family and friends, and I don't really. My Instagram is where I filter out the nonsense from the actual reality. But Facebook, I don't even get on Facebook unless my mom or somebody messages me.
The thing with Facebook I love about Facebook, and that's where I'm at, it allows you to build a business page too. So, you can build a business page totally separate of your personal page, and then do all your stuff from your business page.
I do, but I don't have the time to, I just started school for business.
Okay.
So now I'm working on building my brand.
Cool.
So once I establish a brand, absolutely, I'll use all the platforms, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. Right now I'm still gathering my content, figuring out what I want to sell, because the music industry, there really is no money left to be made off of selling music. You got to find other things to do. Streams, it has gotten so bad that people think, okay, Spotify and iTunes streaming is the way to make money. Spotify has figured out a way to break a penny down to 6 parts. So you get 1 million streams on Spotify. Congratulations. Here's your $10.
Oh, wow.
So now you got to pay the website, the servers, all these things that combine so your music can constantly be streaming is very discouraging. But there are other ways. That's why a lot of musicians have their hands in multiple pots.
Okay.
You got to do some performing over here, some touring over here, maybe a commercial or advertisement over here. That's where the money is nowadays.
The advertisements.
When was the last time you went 10 minutes online without seeing an advertisement?
Never.
Advertisement. That's where all the money is now. Come up with a catchy jingle, put it in the advertisement. Now every time the ad plays, you're going to get more than the 5 cents that Spotify is trying to give you.
And then subliminally that jingle sticks in your mind.
Absolutely.
Like,
now you want to go here, and now somebody might go buy your song, and you'll get 6 cents off that too.
That is cool. So you said something about platforms. What platforms should we be on? You said the website.
There is no shortage of platforms.
Okay.
There's to name 5 off the top of my head. I've said Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook a lot. There's LinkedIn.
Right.
There's what's another one? Emails count. Craigslist. That's even a platform. There are countless platforms, but as long as you always have something that takes them back to your website, you can't go wrong no matter what platform you use.
So the best thing to do is come up with a marketing plan and to stick with that plan.
Come up with your product and your service first.
Right.
Come up with I'm learning about this right now. It's called a feasibility analysis. Mm-hmm. Figure out how much money can you make off of this product or service. Then how much room is there for profit? Because you don't want to break even. Right. You want to make profit. So figure out, can you break even first? If you can, now can you take away and add in some areas to where you can get profit? Once you have that figured out, now you want to start building a small little community of your clients and stuff. Like me, I'm going to try to start clothing soon. I sell my mom, my cousin, a couple friend of mine a shirt. They wear the shirt. Hey, where'd you get that shirt? Build that small community first. Then once you have maybe 5 or 6 people wearing your shirts, then start trying to sell them online. The people who've already bought your shirts 9 times out of 10 will like and share that. Now you can start your little grassroots movement. You can start spreading. You can start interacting with other people. People are going to see it. The way Facebook is, that you can't scroll without seeing something that you will eventually like, because it's all algorithmed to show people what they might be interested in.
Yeah, and it's over 1 billion people on Facebook?
I have no idea.
Yeah, it's over 1 billion people, and you spoke of the algorithms. This way to tap into those algorithms. Once you figure those algorithms, you.
Oh, there are very specific reasons why you might be on your way to Walmart to buy cat food, and you look up cat food prices on Google, and then 2 days later on Facebook, all you see is ads for cat food.
Right,
that's not coincidence.
It's called retargeting. They know exactly what you're looking for.
It's kind of scary at some point. They know what you're looking for and when you're looking for it.
Well, it's interesting because I do a lot of Facebook marketing, and I noticed that they collect so much data on people. It's ridiculous. I can pinpoint you down specifically to the nerveless of details just by saying, hey, I want people that do this, go here, does this, like this color, do this, and that's all the people I want to target. Then
absolutely,
I can create a lookalike audience based off your friends. Isn't that crazy?
Facebook that's why I try to stay off of it, because if you're on it too much, eventually you might become a victim. Somebody might target you and try to sell you something. Like, I'm trying to sell stuff, I'm not trying to buy stuff.
The thing with Facebook, if it wasn't for business, I wouldn't be on. I think they're very intrusive. I think they do a lot of bad, more bad than good for the whole community as a general, because it's just an information collecting data collecting system, and it wouldn't even surprise me if it was secretly run by the U.S. government or one of those.
Oh, that's Mark Zuckerberg no longer owns Facebook.
Yeah.
Like, he's the face of it, he's the icon, but once anything becomes a threat to the government, they step in. Okay, we're going to help you run this. You don't really have a choice. We're going to help you run this. And what a lot of people don't know is, if you have the Facebook app on your phone, not accessing it through Safari or the Internet Explorer, stuff like that, if you have the app, once you hit I accept, I agree, everything in your phone belongs to Facebook. Your contacts, your photos, even though you may not have uploaded them, Facebook knows every photo in your phone. They know every number you call. When you call it, they know what you're looking for, which goes back to the advertisement. So it's a double-edged blade, and I don't really know how it's going to affect the future.
Yeah, it's interesting. I was like, man, Facebook is crazy. I do not have the app on my phone, but it'll know where you go, target. And the thing, if you ever read that disclaimer, they say they can actually send emails, like posts on your behalf. And I was like, send emails. So they'll send emails. And if you ever look on your Facebook, you see the ads and it said like by, and it has your name. And you're like, I didn't like that. You gave them permission a long time ago to do that.
Exactly. And all my music making friends out there, say you come up with a song and you feel like it's a good idea. Hey, I'm going to promote this on Facebook to see how many likes I can get. Once you put your song on Facebook, that is Facebook's song. You can hear your song in some Facebook advertisement a month or two later, and there's nothing you can do about it because you hit I agree. That's their song now.
Can you get it copyrighted first before you do?
Doesn't matter because you put it on Facebook.
Oh, wow.
Right? Wow. Facebook, they're vicious.
So you might want to read up on it and know exactly what you're doing.
Don't post anything to Facebook if you plan on having intellectual property or just straight outright owning it. Because once you put it in the Facebook sphere, it belongs to them.
Wow.
They can do whatever they want with it.
That's just like
not pay you.
Inventing something at one of those universities, thinking it's yours, it belongs to the university.
Exactly.
Wow.
It's scary.
That is cool. Well, hey, appreciate you, David.
I appreciate you having
Matter of fact, what's your your Twitter? How do they reach you again?
Instagram, Whoa Kimosabe. WHOAAKIMOSABE.
How'd you come up with that?
I have a lot of Native American heritage, and I always liked when people would yell "Whoa Kimosabe."
Oh, cool, man. That's it, guys. I'm gonna end it for today. It's a short day with we got some traveling to do this week. We actually going down the line to work on some stuff, so we'll be back here next week strong. We have some good real estate content for you guys, man. Thank David for coming out. Like you say, you can hit him up on Instagram at Whoa Kimosabe. Whoa, Kemosabe. Hit them up on Instagram. Do some consulting, get your marketing up and running. But I love marketing for real estate investors. You want to learn real estate marketing in detail, who you should be targeting, when you should be targeting, what type of properties. Give me a call, 240-389-4319, or send me an email, marylandhousepros@gmail.com. So if you're in the market, you need to sell your house, whether it's traditional or non-traditional, give us a call. We can help you. We can guarantee the sale of your house. I go to onerealty.com and marylandhousepros.com. Thank you, guys. Peace and love. Get a piece. Love it.